Tune in on Thursday, February 26th at 7:30 p.m. You don't want to miss this amazing show with Sarah Bluder and Meet Your Advisor. No, it's called Meet My Advisor, yes, on February 26th at 7:30 p.m. Hello and welcome to Meet My Advisor. I'm super excited for this new show, and we are bringing with us today an amazing personality. She's so great in financial advice and all the great tricks that she has in her sleeve. She's going to be sharing tremendous amount of advice. So stay tuned and don't leave your seat because we have with us Sarab Luder. Sarab, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Marika, for this great program that you always run. And thank you for getting me on this show today to share whatever 2 cents of knowledge I have about. And looking forward to meeting more people online.
Please do share with us a little bit about yourself because many people know you for many, many things. But today we are talking to Meet My Advisor. So, what is your role in this? Please do share it with us.
So, as you all know, my name is Sarjit Lidar, and I am a CLU. I have been into insurance industry since 2009. So I'm a licensed financial advisor in Ontario. I specialize in creating insurance and investment solutions for families, for for corporations. So when it comes to creating a strategy, so we cannot ignore investments. So that's where we come in, that we put both the things, insurance and investment, together, and how they can make a life bit more planned. So that's what I do, and that's what I like to bring on board. We work with more than 30 life insurance companies to bring amazing solutions. Our solutions, as you know, they are always customized, they are made for you. So we do not believe in one size fits all.
And so well said, one size fits all, but we all are growing, grayer a little bit as we go over the years. And I see that retirement, when you think of it, it's like I remember like 10, 15 years back, I said, retirement, it's going to be a long time. But then suddenly it's there. Like you see, oh, for such few years, and how much saving do I have? What am I going to do? I'm not even in the job that I was planning my retirement. So please tell us something about your work that you're doing in the retirement area and what kind of advice you have for our viewers.
Malika, just one question that I always ask when I'm sitting with my clients is, if you plan a 2 weeks of vacation, we already plan more than a year ahead. We apply for vacation, we apply for a break from the job, we look at the tickets, deals, where we want to go. So for 2 weeks of vacation, we plan, I would say, a year ahead. Retirement is the longest vacation. So all some people, those who are blessed with long life, they can live up to 20-25 years after retiring. So what are you doing? How are you managing? And since when you start planning for that longest vacation of your life? So I would say the sooner the better. But those who have missed the yesterday's train, they can always hop on today's.
Awesome. Great. Yesterday's train, so we can hop on anytime, and actually the earlier the better, right?
The
One
sooner
thing
the
that,
better.
yeah, one thing that as when I came in new to the country, and everybody talked about RRSP, and there were so many things going out, and it was really confusing. And please explain to a person who's new to the country, they could come at any age, what is RRSP and how can you help people with RRSPs?
So, RRSP is a registered retirement savings plan that has been introduced by the Government of Canada to help Canadians save not only for their retirements, but they get immediate tax advantage. So, they get a tax deduction today. The money grows tax deferred. Till the time there is a withdrawal, there are no taxes towards that money that is growing. So only at the time of withdrawal, which the purpose of the plan is to at age 65 or whenever you're retiring. So at that time, the withdrawals, they are taxed. So you enjoy a tax deduction today, you enjoy a tax deferred growth for the years that your RRSP stays in, and at after 20, 25, or even some cases in 40 years or more than that, 47 years, so they start paying the taxes when they are withdrawing. So how beautiful is a vehicle where government is giving you such an incentive to save for your retirement today, and government is helping. Hey, we will give you some tax deduction today. Your money will grow tax deferred. Tax deferred means there will be no tax implications if your money is growing. So, as we know, it is an investment. So, on investments, there should be tax. But the government says we are not going to tax you as you grow. We will tax you only when you withdraw. So, this can be seen as a strategy that government is advising that, hey, let it grow for as long as you can. But
Wow,
on
that,
the second point that I would say is like, you are saving compounding for 30 years, 40 years, 45, 47 years. That's amazing. Like how much money you can put in at age 18 or age 20 and then don't touch it and let it grow for 40, 45 years. So every dollar counts.
wow, that's so amazing. And really, I'm thinking how you can multiply your income just sitting. It's like passive income if you put it in the right way, and you're saving your taxes, and also you keep it for that rainy day or whenever you retire, you can use it. Now, there's a what is the calculation? If you could explain to us the how it's calculated, because now we all have a limited budget, right? And so,
Yes.
how much is there a minimum amount that you need to put, and and your max amount? So, where do you find all that information?
So, first of all, there is no minimum amount, but there is always a maximum contribution room that is given set by CRA for every year. The average, they say, is 18% of your earned income or the maximum that they can put. So, whichever is lower.
And I think you had some comparison that we can you can share. You want to share that with the
That comparison is like if somebody has a question that, sir, why should I invest in RRSP and not why not in TFSA? So I think that question will come a little bit later. But yes, we can share this that if somebody's tax bracket today is at 20% and they put TFSA is 45 and then it's reinvested. So 35% how it will get. And eventually, if you see in that in any given scenario, because of the tax deduction today, RRSP is a slight winner at every tax bracket.
Wow. Okay. Great to know that. Look at the difference. The numbers itself are speaking for itself, and you can see how RSP is the obvious winner. The another question, most of our viewers have been watching this program and they've been commenting and they have been asking this very important question about the deadline. When is the RSP contribution deadline?
So the RRSP contribution deadline is 60 days of the year, new year. So for 2025, this year, the tax deadline is March 2 because it's falling on Monday. So it's 60 days. But being Saturday, Sunday, we always advise the clients that whatever amount you want to do, do it as early as possible. Do not wait till the last day because we don't want the transaction not going through and you not being able to make that claim, the tax deduction. So it's the first 60 days of the year. So for 2025 tax deductions, the money should be in for within the first 60 days of year 2026.
Okay. Good to know that. Great information. I'm sure everybody is writing those notes down because you know what? These are very important. And only at Meet My Advisor, you get this all information very detailed and very thorough. And we have our email here. You can contact sarabluder@gmail.com for added questions, and Sarah will be more than happy to answer them. Our next question is about who do you think should contribute to RSP? Is it just for certain kind of people, or just explain to us, like if it's even a young, so anybody below 18, can they contribute, or there's a
No,
legal
you have to be 18.
you have to be 18?
So you have to be 18 because tax deduction will be available for the people who are filing taxes and who have paid some into income tax. So RRSP is basically, let's first understand what it is. It is not only a retirement fund, but it is the most lucrative feature of it is the tax deductions that are available at today's dollars. So the higher the income earner is, that's the more lucrative part for them to put into RRSP so that they can claim a higher tax deduction.
Okay.
Professionals in peak earning years, individuals who are expecting that they would be in lower tax bracket when they are retiring. So today they are in high tax bracket, but they know once we are retiring, we will be in lower tax bracket. Business owners who are taking money out as salary. So the business owners, they if they are taking out dividend, that's a totally different scenario. But if they are taking out money for their expenses as salary, so highly advise that they should consider RRSP. And the people who are the lottery winners in this is there are some employers who will match the contribution of RRSP. So there are some employers they will match maximum up to 5% of your 5% of your contrib- sorry 5% of the total allowed. So take that because that is immediately your money is making money. So if your employer is matching your RRSP contribution, do that. Some employers will match 50%, others will match 100%. So whatever your employer is matching, make maximum use of it. Don't leave any dollar on the table.
Don't leave any dollar on the table. That's well said, Sarab. One thing I want to know, and this is a question that's come from our viewers, is should I use my RSP deduction this year or carry it forward?
That is one of the most amazing questions that I get this question a lot because sometimes people have funds due to December bonus or something, and they're like, "Sir, we want to put it into our RRSP." So I just did for somebody the other day for about 60,000 of RRSP, but it doesn't make sense for them to put use all of that towards their 2025 taxes, because 2026 income is going to be a little bit higher. So I told them, hey, I can advise on that, but your accountant will be the best person to advise you properly. I can give a general advice. So if you have money sitting and if you have some bonus coming and you know you will be in a good tax bracket, you can always divide and claim your RRSP. So if you have put 50,000, $40,000, or even $10,000, you want to claim 4,000 for your 2025 and you want to keep 6,000 for your 2026, you can do that.
Okay, I hope everybody's got that. I think that's again very valuable information. And another thing is about people are concerned about taxes. So this is another question. If RRSP is taxed when I withdraw, why contribute now? And that's a very valid because when you retire, you have limited funds, and this is when you are trying to withdraw the RRSP. So you know, yeah.
Yeah, no, that is like, Malika, I would say that there are strategies that we advise to plan the finances. So this is a tax planning. Understand this, that RRSP is a tax planning tool, not a tax avoiding tool. So we need to understand that that has to be established first, that when we are talking about RRSPs, we are talking about other investments, we are talking about how to better manage my dollar, how to better manage my money. How can I recycle my own dollar so that it gives me more return? In this scenario, nowhere it should be kept in the mind, how can I avoid taxes? Like you might have heard me saying, I would love to pay $5 million in taxes, right? That means I'm making multi-million, more than that, right? So I'm making, so the higher you are putting money into the taxes, that means the higher you are taking home. So RRSP is a tax planning, or we can say tax deferring strategy. So what is it doing on first point? When we open an RRSP, we get immediate discount on our dollar. In a layman's language, we can say that. There's a immediate tax deduction available. So for example, if somebody is in a 35% tax bracket and they put $10,000 into RRSP, on an average, they will get $3,500 in the refund against that RRSP. Where in the world there you can put 65, because that's a net, now net out of pocket is $6,500. So where in the world is an investment vehicle where you put 6,500 as net and the value of your book is 10,000 within a few weeks?
Wow,
So
that's such an amazing trick. Huh?
it's all numbers. So we have to understand that government is giving us these tools to better plan our money, better strategize it in a way that we are working very hard. You, I, everybody, we are very working very hard to put that money on the table, to put food on the table. So government is helping us by giving us these small strategies that, hey, this is here, my goodwill, because this, you're my people, you're working hard, you are contributing the community, how I can give back to you. So when we talk about this, this is the strategy that government gave us when they introduced RRSP. This is the government of Canada giving back to the Canadians in the form of tax deductions. So now understand that, like 35% tax bracket, you got 35. So net out of pocket is $6,500, but the book value is 10,000. Now, if you started this when you were 20 years old, for example, by the time you're 65, you have seen 45 years and you just used your strategy only once. So, if we go by the rule of 72 and we get average 6% return, so that means every 12 years your money is doubling. So, by the time that child is 32, is 20,000 plus 12, 44 is 40,000 plus 12 is about 65, we can say, is 80,000.
Wow. Enough for a university education or even that down payment we are
So it
looking for.
is only 110,000 that we talked about, only 110,000, but the net from the pocket was 6,500. So your 6,500 has grown to 80,000 because you use the right tools. And we are not talking about aggressive growth, equity investments, 20%, 30%. No, we are talking about an average growth, even if the money grows by 6%.
Okay, great. Now I had a question. What happens if, because I heard here about the stock market and everything, all these funds are used there. If there is some sort of a instability, is there some safer places where that like safer schemes that in RSP only, that you're like GIC, right? It's your rest assured. Is there some sort of a difference in funding, like when you select those RSP schemes to look for those safe? Is there anything, or you're just at the mercy of the markets?
Usually, when we talk about, I really loved that phrase, by the way, the mercy of the market. So usually, when we are talking about investments, whether it is investment in terms of funds, or real estate, or gold, whatever it is, like nowadays, gold was very on a hype, right? So everybody was looking to buy gold. We are always on the mercy of the market. Investments are definitely backed by the markets, but as you know, I'm a financial advisor, so I work with segregated funds. I'm a life insurance licensed person. I do not work with mutual funds. So what segregated funds, I can talk about that. What they do is they have guarantees of your principal at the time of maturity and at the time of death. The guarantees, yes, of course, it's a guarantee, it will come with a cost. But the guarantees can range anywhere from 75% of your contribution to 100% of contribution. So, in any given scenario where the market is down, or there's a maturity, or there's a death happens, that's where we come in, and it's segregated funds. They help us, and we can use our guarantees there. Another beautiful thing about segregated funds is they are probate bypass. That means your beneficiary will get funds sooner in case of death than in any other than in other sorts of investments. So segregated investments have, that is another day, another topic for another day. But that's what we do. We work with almost 30 life insurance companies, those who provide this vehicle called segregated funds, and we invest through them. We work with the major companies like Manulife, Industrial Alliance, Empire Life, BMO, Life Insurance. So we work with all these companies and more. We work with Canada Life, Sun Life, etc. And I would say, to wrap it up, is that this RRSP, even don't wait that when I will have $20,000 or $30,000, only then I can invest in. If you have $100 a month, start with something. But for people who want to do and who say, okay, I will have some funds available later, we also have loans available. I don't always suggest it, but given if we have to see that if you are qualifying for that loan, we can always go to our loans for RRSPs.
Awesome, awesome talking. Our viewers will get to this program and we will see more comments from them, because when they do a comment, we can see the screen and that's how we can have engagement. I will encourage people who are watching to please do write to us, write to Sarab if you have questions. And Sarab is going to post this video on the Facebook as well, and also suggest to us another any other topic that you want to talk about. We are going to bring Sarab every week, Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And I know every dime counts, every cent counts. So save your cents, do RSP. That's what I learned today. And I'm going to look at those numbers, and I think I'm going for it. Doesn't matter what age you are in. Yes, if you start younger, so all the young ones, if you're listening, start younger, be smarter, and go for it. Thank you, Sarah, for coming today. And hope to see you next week again, same time.
Thank you, Malika. Just before we go, I just want to say we all work very hard. Let's make our money work for us. And the real dollar earned is the dollar that you saved. Thank you, everyone, and have an amazing day. See you next week.
Well, well said, well said.
Tune in on Thursday, February 26th at 7:30 p.m. You don't want to miss this amazing show with Sarah Bluder and Meet Your Advisor. No, it's called Meet My Advisor, yes, on February 26th at 7:30 p.m.